For the first time in a very long time, the Rascals are actually very good inside of Clash Royale again, because as you guys can see in the last set of balance changes, the Rascal Boy got a 6% damage buff, and since then, they have been very good inside of the meta again, especially inside of this mortar deck, which I'm going to be running in today's video, because as you guys know, the Rascal girls have always had a pretty good amount of damage output for the longest time. It was always the Rascal Boy that was lacking, but now that the Rascal Boy is even better than it was, there's been so many people running the Rascals again inside of Mortar, as well as Logbait, and it's been very good inside of the meta. There was actually someone who was #1 in the world with this deck not too long ago, which really shows how much better the Rascals are. The fact that you have several people running them inside of the top 200 again. So we're just going to go in for a miner here on top of the Dark Gob. And he does go, okay, so he actually is going to protect it. It sucks I do not have, wow, this is a really bad cycle. I don't have a mortar in hand, so I can't go defensive mortar, which would have been really good on top of the Dark Gob, I feel like, and we would have been able to get a nice splash. So we kind of got caught in a bad cycle, but that's okay. It could have been worse. But, okay, he's got the Gob Hut. So the Gob Hut is actually not that good against the mortar, so I like seeing that. It sounds kind of weird because you would think the Gob Hut's a very good building, but against mortar, it tends to not be very strong because it's a bit awkward cycling a Gob Hut into a mortar, for example, because of the splash, and then it kind of splashes the goblins that come out of it. So that's kind of the idea behind it. So we'll just go Rascals here, and he's going to have the Suspicious Bush, so I guess we'll just go for a mortar to defend it. I think this is kind of our best option. The Suspicious Bush is going to be pretty annoying, but I think as long as we're careful, we can definitely deal with it. He actually ended up missing the vines, guys. Look at that. One of the Rascal girls ends up living, and that's huge for us because now he's not going to have any counter push with the Skeleton King. So that kind of seems like a small mistake, but that's going to end up being, I feel like, very impactful. So we'll go minions here because he might want to get aggressive with a Skeleton Barrel. Yeah, I had a feeling because I didn't have my I didn't have my mortar available, so I had a feeling he'd want to go in. Good thing I was ready with the minions, and as a result, he actually didn't even end up getting death damage, which is so solid. And we could just go Gob Gang here, and just like that, guys, we do end up surviving single elixir. I feel like in this type of matchup, single elixir is actually the most challenging, just because of all the spam that he's got. I think it can be a little difficult to keep up with everything, and he also has the Evo Ghost, as you can see clearly. We actually do need to end up arrowing that. I didn't want to have to do it, but I kind of was left with no choice, as you saw. So we'll just go for a Cannon Cart here. I'm hoping we can end up getting a nice little counter push here with the Cannon Cart as well as the Gob Gang, but we'll see what happens. The Cannon Cart is actually going to go down, which sucks a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I guess we're just going to go in for a mortar here, and then, yeah, perfect timing because he just went for a Skeleton Barrel, so it is going to defend that really well, and we'll just go Rascals here in the back. We have to try to find a way to make a comeback. I feel like this start that we had this match wasn't very good. We can go minions here because we can afford to take a little bit of damage from the bush goblins, and okay, we got to go mortar here on this. We cannot afford to take death damage from that. It's just going to be so much. He might have overcommitted it there with the hut. I'm not going to lie. That might have been an overcommitment. This could be a potential opening for us. We're going to have to go in for let's see here. Oh, that ends up going down. That's really good. He's probably going to go vines here if I had to guess. He goes in for a ghost, but no vines. I thought he was going to play them for sure. Maybe can we get this Cannon Cart to lock on the tower? We're having, oh man, we're having a difficult time getting these Cannon Carts on the tower. That seems to be the biggest issue for us in this current situation. Maybe we could get, yeah, mortar going here, and then I guess we'll get an Evo Ghost going. I didn't know if he was going to go for the Skeleton King ability or not. He decided not to, but I was kind of, I think it would have been, yeah, now that I think about it, it would have probably been a bad play. Wait, our Evo Ghost is actually going kind of crazy, especially if it can go invisible. Again, Miner on top of the Dark Goblin. That was a prediction, guys. I knew he was going to do that. That was a prediction. W prediction, guys. I knew that that was going to happen. I wish I could say that it was, but we ended up getting a little lucky. But sometimes, guys, in Clash Royale, I feel like there's a few components in this game. Obviously, you know, Mohamed Light proves that skill is the biggest factor, skill and talent. Mindset's another one, and then that brings me to the fourth thing. There is a little bit of luck in this game, and I think we ended up getting a little lucky there at the end. But I mean, hey, that was very, very nice. The miner ended up going on his Dark Gob. which was solid, and we ended up making a really nice comeback. I feel like I was anticipating that we were probably gonna end up losing that, but we ended up making a good comeback. So we're against Adrian Piedra here. So he's actually in I Show Speed's clan. I'm in Toji's clan right now. So the battle of kind of the famous influencers, I guess you could say. We're gonna go Rascals in the other lane. We don't really want to play them into the Executioner. And from here, we'll kind of see what he wants to do. He might be using some sort of, you know, okay, yeah, he's got the Boss Bandit. So he's running Ram Rider, most likely. We just go in for a defensive miner here on that, and then we get minions going on this, and that's kind of fine. I mean, he got a lot of damage. Maybe that could have been defended a little better, but I guess it's not the end of the world. The Executioner is going to be the most annoying thing, I feel like. We got to work our way around that, and that's, yeah, kind of going to be the biggest struggle. I guess we could Mortar here, and this way... Oh, wow, wait a second. So he is just going to let that lock. I guess we'll go Rascals here. He might go Executioner. I wouldn't be surprised. No, he actually goes Vines. Okay. He is going to have the Vines. I kind of... Yeah, that makes sense. The Vines often is used with the Ram Rider in this meta. And he's got the Barbell as well. So he actually has Snowball. Let me get this straight. So he has Vine, Snowball, and Barbell. Ooh, triple spell. It probably would be better if he had like a lightning, especially for us. Well, the cannon cart is actually going to get us some good value now that I think about it. Let's just do this and see what he does. He might... Okay, he's got a mini P.E.K.K.A. So we're going to cannon cart in the back. So triple spell. Does this mean he doesn't... There's something he doesn't have that would normally be in the deck. So he doesn't have the ghost, I guess? That's kind of what it is, I think. What if we go Mortar this lane and we kind of see what he does here? Maybe go like this? Wait, that locks. Okay, he just let the Mortar lock on. I was not expecting that. I thought that... Wait. That retargets. Wait, the cannon cart... Wait, that just... Let's do this, I guess. And then we cannon cart here. Wait, we actually ended up, I feel like, doing a really nice play. We'll go in for a miner here and we'll kind of see what he wants to do. That's really good. We forced Vines out of him. Actually, the Vines were very good by him, I have to say. Those Vines were really solid by him. They kind of saved him a bit. We can go Rascals here and go from there. He's going to go in for a Bomber. Okay, we're going to go Mortar like this. And then we're going to go in for a Ghost now. And then we'll see what he does. So Boss Bandit does come in. I think we can get a really nice cannon cart. Oh, that was not what I was trying to do. That's okay, though. That could have been... a lot worse, I feel like, to be fair. And that's gonna get that does die, which is cool, I guess. Executioner comes in. We kind of want to go minions like this, and then wait, this Boss Bandit's kind of going crazy. Hold up. Yo, this Boss Bandit, man. Oh my gosh. Yo, the minions. Did he forget about the minions? I think he just straight up forgot about them. Look at how much damage they got on the other lane. That was kind of nuts. We could just cannon cart here to defend. And we're looking okay as long as our defense is on point. We could actually go Mortar here. This is probably going to force an Executioner out of him, which I feel like is pretty good. We could actually go this, like this, to kill the Bomber. Mortar's going to lock on the tower, 100% force something out of him. He goes Executioner, which the minions are going to be able to DPS down. Miner is still on the tower, and the Mortar isn't going to be able to... The minions! Let's go, guys! The minions are going to be able to take the tower, and that is going to be a very solid win for us. I'm actually very, very happy with how we played that match. I actually don't know what that matchup is. I feel like it's one that could go either way because I feel like he had a lot of good spells against us. Like the Vines got some good value as well as the Barbell and Snowball. But I feel like the Executioner, you would think it would be good in that matchup because it's kind of decent against the Rascals. But I actually feel like because we have the Cannon Cart, it's not too much of a threat. And then he's not even really able to go in for a Ram Rider ever either. Oh, shoot. This could be kind of annoying. Not an ideal... Okay, we got to go Rascals here. We both... Okay, so that's a very annoying start, I'm not going to lie, because he just went in and I didn't have a Mortar and cycle to defend. Or did I? And I was too busy yapping. I don't even know. But either way, guys, yeah, not the best start, but we ended up getting some damage there, so that actually wasn't that bad. That could have been a lot worse. We're just going to go Defensive Miner here. We do get it down in time before the Golden Knight dashes, and we do kill that. Golden Knight's going to get some damage. I don't think we can avoid that. This is going to be kind of a hard matchup, I feel like. We need to go Defensive Mortars in this matchup, because the Three Musketeers are really annoying to deal with. We don't really have a great way, because we don't have a big spell, right? That's kind of the problem. We don't have a big spell. We could mortar here, though, and just see what happens. Okay, so that's completely fine. We're going to be able to defend these without an issue, I guess. Okay, yeah, that works. I'm not going to minor with this because he can just easily stop this, so there's not really much of a point. He'll just go Heal Spirit maybe or Hunter. Yeah, Hunter was actually placed pretty badly. The minion gets some damage. So we could Cannon Cart here for this Hunter, I guess. Rascals would maybe be okay too, but I think Cannon Cart works. And then we'll send in a Ghost as well, which should be decent. And then we might be able to get a little bit of a counter push here if he's not careful. Let's see what he does. So he's going to go in for... Okay, wait, let's just wait until maybe he... Oh, that kind of sucks. Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, the Golden Knight. Oh, gosh, it's getting good value for him in this match. We got a Mortar here. Bro, why does it bypass? That's so stupid, man. It's because of the flying thing. A lot of people have noticed that. That interaction change... Oh my gosh, that's kind of dumb. I don't know if we're going to be able to win this one, low-key. It's kind of difficult, but... Yeah, I don't know. Let's just go Rascals like this. We don't really want to play them into the Golden Knight. And then I guess we could probably get, like, a high Cannon Cart here. Mortar. No, the Golden Knight doesn't reach on the tower, thankfully. That would have been so tragic if it did. Pulled that pig back. That's not bad. I mean, this could be worse, to be fair, but this isn't going super well. I guess we could Rascals and go from there. Just Cannon Cart like this. He does have Vines. Wow. I think that's the first time he used them, I want to say. That Golden Knight ability didn't even really do anything. It was kind of pointless. Why has this guy not even used his 3 Musketeers yet, by the way? I'm a little confused because I feel like it's actually one of the more challenging things for us to deal with in the matchup. Wait, hold up. This could be a good opportunity for us. Did he mess up, potentially? I don't know for sure, but this could be a potential opening here for us. We gotta ignore the Golden Knight. Yeah, this is kind of the best chance we're gonna get. No, the Golden Knight, bro. Come on! Golden Knight, bro. Like, what is this crap? Alright, we'll Cannon Cart in the back. Mortar. Doesn't pull all of them again! And we lost. Block the vines. Like, subscribe, Creator Code Boss. See ya.